everybody. I just wanted to clarify a few things regarding this paired programming. So number one, you should be sitting with your pair, with your partner. If your partner ends up being absent, then unfortunately you will work on this alone today. Or if there's another partner who's missing a partner, you guys can repartner up if you'd like. I just don't want you sitting there doing nothing, okay? So first things first is you should all have a sheet like this, one per person. Nope, one per partnership. Go ahead and put your name up here like in the design mode area. And then what you're going to be doing is if you look at your sheet, it's a little different than the one that's here on my screen, but you guys are going to see arrows. And the first thing I want you to do before you go to App Lab at all on the computer is I want you guys to label all these sections with appropriate element IDs. So if you look on your paper, you're going to see it says under element ID home high label, which makes sense because this is the home screen. This label says high, right? So that's a good descriptive word. And then what kind of element was it? It was a label. So you guys are going to see that one on your example. And then you're going to see another one that's pointing to the text and image square, which ends up being a button. And you're going to see where it says home, and then there's a underline button. I'm just helping you there. I would like you guys to first, as a partnership, figure out what you're going to include. So basically this app is going to be like one trivia question about you and your partner. So you guys need to think of one thing that you both like, and then think of 3 wrong answers. And keep them kind of tricky because we are going to be showing these to our classmates, and try to keep them secret too, so to kind of keep it fun. So basically your app, when you create it, is going to have a question of, hi, we are Bob and Joe. Can you guess what we both like? So if I were you guys at this point, I'd think of, like I said, 1 correct answer, 3 wrong. And I would jot those words down here. You guys can just write them in, that's fine. And then that's going to help you with your element IDs over here. So for instance, if we both like cats, I would probably make this say cat, and then I would fill in my blank where it says home cat button. So the first thing I want you guys to do is look at all 3 screens. Make sure you flip over your sheet because there's a 3rd screen back there. And I want you guys to simply label all the IDs with the arrows. Okay. Once you do that, you're now ready for your driver. Remember, one of you is going to be a driver. That's the person who does all the coding on the computer. The other person is the navigator. The navigator is telling the coder what to do. And the stronger coder should be the navigator at this point. All right. Then the driver has their computer. They will log into their code.org account. They should hit Create App Lab. And you guys are going to see a totally blank app. You want to start in design mode, and the first thing you should do is obviously name your screens, right? So they're calling it screen 1, but if you look at your paper, right, you're going to notice that our first screen we're going to call the home screen. So you're going to want to rename that. All right. And then, of course, you want to take the time and drag over things as needed. So the first thing you need is a label. So you're going to go ahead and drag over the label. Obviously, you're going to change the ID like it says here, home high label, right? And then you're going to write the text that we have started on our rough draft, which is, hi, we are Julie and Joe. Can you guess what we both like? All right. Now, obviously, you guys are going to take time to resize and all that stuff, make this look nice. All right. But I just want to get you started. The good news is this is automatically going to save. But one thing I did forget to mention, driver, is make sure that you go ahead and give this a name under the untitled project. It would be great for you guys to put your first names and then maybe call it like pair 1 activity or something like that. And then this will automatically get saved into your My Project section. So you don't have to worry about clicking save or anything. Just to make it clear, if your partner is here, only the driver is working in code.org right now. The navigator would be telling me as the driver what to do. Okay. I would encourage you guys to take turns. So what that means is after like 5 minutes or so, switch it up. Driver, give your Chromebook to your partner, and now that person would drive on your computer and you would navigate and so on. Unfortunately, at this point, you guys can only be using one person's code.org account. Yes, you can share your app, but it doesn't work like Google does. So for instance, if I'm logged in right now and my partner is Joe and I share this with Joe, Joe will not be able to see any of the changes that I have made since I shared it with him. So at this point, I don't want you guys sharing your actual coded apps with your partners. You guys are just working on it, okay? I don't necessarily expect these to be done, but they should have a really good start. So you're going to do all the designing for all the screens, and then obviously you're going to go to the code section, and that's where you're going to have to start making your buttons work through the onEvent command. I hope that helps you get started. I purposefully did not go over every single detail because, again, some of this is review, and I would encourage you guys, if you need to, look back at your Intro to App Lab code. All right, obviously there's patterns, right? So if you forget how to do something, look at what you did in your Intro to App Lab. Maybe the navigator could peek at that screen on their computer, and that will help them tell you as the driver what to do. All right, good luck and have fun.